Latin dance is a way where people start to recognize each other as equals. Because if I stand with the lady in front of me, I'm challenged. My name is Ibanda, a performing artist. Well, I said I'm a performing artist, but most of the times people know me for a dancer. With dance, I've always loved to do all styles, but right now most people know me for Latin dance. Dance for me is like worship. With dance and performing and being on stage, it was something I wanted to do from childhood. It's not that I just saw someone move, but I felt it. And I saw this guy, the Michael Jackson guy, yeah? And what I actually saw in him wasn't the moves, but the soul in his everything, the soul. And I appreciated that because I needed a place where I could release myself, yeah? And that's when I learned that, oh, it's possible for you to move and feel. Latin dance is a way it's a path where people start to recognize each other as equals. Yeah, there's a line there. You cannot just drag anyone on the floor. You cannot force anyone to move. You have to be gentle. You have to be suggestive. It's a teaching ground. Not only the dancing, but the feeling, hygiene, all name it. Yeah. So that's how I crossed from so many dances into Latin dance. Because if I stand with the lady in front of me, I'm challenged. When I started Latin dance, I actually started it with my ex. She discovered I was interested in this kind of dance, and so she was a dancer as well. And we managed to start classes at the National Theatre, and we figured that just classes are not enough. We need to create a show to create awareness to bring about people to be interested, and then from there we start social nights. We had a structure. Without writing it, we always spoke about it. We had a structure, what we wanted to happen, yeah? With couple dance, Latin dance, and the fact that within the 21st century, it wasn't a thing in Uganda. You could talk about an individual who knows it, but it wasn't a thing, it wasn't a wave. And through this process that I told you, we have managed to come to Latin Flavor Uganda. Also with Latin Flavor, we have done 300 shows on the National Theatre stage. We're planning on doing 2 shows every month. Well, as that ambitious, yeah? But it's not easy. You can't do 2 shows every month, especially with people learning something they don't know and also trying to look out for perfection. It was a challenge, but I'm glad it did happen. I managed to convince dancers here to be a part of a journey, and they were excited, and I'm glad, I'm humbled and happy that they did that. So I started with 25 dancers. When you look at from 2007 to 2021, you realize that I'm not mentioned anywhere, which is for me a plus. That the idea was to make sure there is a movement that can keep on the light of Latin dance, but also make it a job. Yeah, you will realize there's so many people performing at weddings, teaching people how to dance, different functions, and I'm glad that it's a result of my interest in this. Dance for me has been my #1 livelihood. When I started, there were not that many teachers that taught what I teach. Yeah? So I could have a lot of finances at that time. I did have the money, I did get the money. And through that process, I managed to invest because I still believe art is my way, it's my path. And it has managed to finance every other little thing I do. When it comes down to business, yes, I do have, I'm a proprietor of kiosks that roast chicken, and it's about roasting and street food, quick food, like takeaway. And I'm also into lip balm. I make lip balm, organic lip balm. We basically, and also provide catering on weddings, small parties. It depends on how big the crowd is, but we actually do foods and beverages. So I do have programs that I'm starting. One is called Ugandan Culture Alive, which is going to be on all platforms. Why? Now this one is directly in the direction of dance. I've seen a lot of dances that are happening, and we are going around Uganda to tap on our traditional dances. Like, how does, for instance, Nankasa come to live? What makes Nankasa Nankasa? Things like that. As a performing artist or an artist, however you call yourself, you usually find that it is not that easy to keep pushing, especially because you are an entrepreneur of your own works. Yeah? You create your own works, and you sell your own works, or you find that you cannot find space, you're failing to find a ground to push yourself. One of the things I usually do as a person is to fall back, appreciate what you have achieved. Appreciate it. Look at it. Look at your work. Whatever you've done, wherever they have written about you, look at it, embrace it. Recognize the gift, the goal, and the purpose to why you are doing that. This triggers you again. Yeah? As long as you don't, of course, cross into the empathy space. Yeah? I used to do this. No. The purpose of looking at it is to actually reawaken the ignition that you had, that light that you had. Then secondly, find friends. Friends, you know, we always have acquaintances, a lot of people we talk to, but find friends, that were supportive before, not financially, because this comes down to emotions and the drive in you. Yeah? Find them, talk to them, share your situation and talk. Be free. Talk about your situation, because most of us are afraid of admitting that I feel broken, yeah? I feel down, I'm failing to create, I feel lost. You know, we fail to say such things. So find a friend. Don't go to a therapist or something, but find a friend, talk to them. If that's so hard, look for a stranger. Those who can pray, pray. Worship. Like I said in this process of the interview, that for me, art is a worship space. Yeah. You give, you receive, and if you don't recognize that, then you need to recheck it. So pray. Say a prayer. Those three things help me a lot.